it never happened.
And we miraculously got another person. Love it.
Right.
So, folks, we noticed, thanks to Gator J, that we weren't live anymore. So I have no idea, and we have no idea where you stopped watching us. But we're back here talking food. We're talking drink. We're talking the Super Bowl. We're talking whatever the hell we want to talk about here at Tailgating Frames with our host, Courtney. Courtney, please take it away.
What's up, guys? Glad to be back. So, we already went over some fun drinks that Jorge and his wonderful, lovely wife made us. Cheers out. And we went with the Chiefs. What was it called again? The Chiefs Red Kingdom. Chiefs Red Kingdom.
Chiefs Red Kingdom. Yeah, exactly.
It was made with some delicious Jack Daniels and honey and some diabetes grenadine, according to Gator J, and some cranberry juice, and that won the drink contest. There you go. There it is. Now we're going to roll into some food and check out some Super Bowl little finger foods that you could eat tomorrow and easily make. So let's see what Nate's got up.
All right, let's pull up Nate's video here. Here we go.
Welcome in Super Bowl Sunday. Obviously, Kansas City Chiefs, Philadelphia Eagles. Harry and I both know it is Chiefs season in this house, and most likely around Kansas City, we're going to have delicious barbecue. And what goes best with barbecue? Sweet, sweet appetizers. And one of my favorite are the bloomin' onions we've seen at Outback Steakhouse, etc. I don't want to make bloomin' onions. It's too big of a mess. So what I've done is I've taken that and I've shrunk it down into a delicious bite-sized little morsel. And what you're going to need for this recipe are a little bit of pearl onions. You can find these pearl onions in the frozen section of any of your grocer. They are petite whole onions. You can find them fresh as well. Save yourself the time. Buy them frozen. What you're going to do, first and foremost,
nobody uses pearl onions anymore.
And then you're going to put them in the microwave safe dish, for about half the time that is what's recommended on the bag. For instance, I did half the bag for about 3 minutes. 3 minutes in the microwave, take them out, let them sit. And then what I've done is I've combined my little mixing station over here. I've cracked one egg to create the egg wash. I've mixed together flour, salt, paprika, ground black pepper, and a little bit of garlic powder. You can mix cayenne. You can put Nashville hot chicken. You can put a little bit of buttery steakhouse. You can put some lemon and herb roasted garlic seasoning, a little extra salt, or if you're feeling a little frisky, Nashville hot chicken. This way, Nashville actually has a chance to participate in the Super Bowl. Since they're not
cares?
In
That sounds delicious.
Because,
it needs to be said twice.
So what we do?
Hollywood.
Sorry, Hollywood.
Hollywood's over there going, you said my name twice.
Into the flour mixture. I like to do about 6 at a time.
Forgot I said that.
6 onions into the mixture. I want to take a fork, nice and evenly coat each one of the pearl onions. The pearl onions are going to get a good heavy dose of the flour mixture. Why I'm mixing this, it's not a bad time to start preheating the air fryer, which, by the way, we will start the show. 370 to 380 degrees. Take said pearl onions. We're going to transfer them to our egg wash. I'm using a fork because it's nice to get a lot of that flour off of the onion. Or
I'm making this shit. It looks delicious.
Details. Love it.
I'm not so eloquent. We'll mix into the flour mixture. Take each one out. Drain off as much of the egg as you can.
Put it back in the mixture.
Into the flour coating.
A little back and forth, back and forth.
Wet hand, dry hand, if you will.
And what I'd like to do is take that.
You're wasting those $18 eggs that you have, man.
We're going to use the power of editing. And we're going to fast forward. And we're going to show said chilled pearl onions for 10 minutes. Place in
power of editing. I love it.
Oh, I was thinking you were going to do this
as you
with
place
the
them
paper
in,
plate in the fryer.
6 minutes time, you could probably
Fire hazard be damned.
You don't want to overcrowd the air fryer. And I like to take a little bit of oil. You can use sprayable canola, olive. I use pure avocado oil because obviously on top of all the ribs, barbecue, brisket, burnt ends, and eagles that we're going to be eating for Super Bowl.
Oh,
nice.
Spray the avocado oil into the air fryer for approximately 4 minutes. At the 4-minute mark, we're going to take those out, turn them over, back into the air fryer. 4 more minutes. Stay tuned for the final product. With 3 minutes
and the video got clearer.
taking them out, flip
I
them
know.
out. In another 4 minutes, obviously check it as you go along. Each air fryer has a little bit different when it comes to the overall heat, timing, etc. You'll be able to tell because they should be a delicious
I love the Chiefs
golden
graphics
brown,
on this video.
And there's
Ridiculous.
the
Oh wait, I put the
see how
Chiefs
they
graphics on.
Sounds like I know how to fucking do that.
carefully reach in. Oh, that's hot.
Damn, I'm about to fuck out of my
shit.
Fumble. A la Jalen Hurts.
Oh,
Most importantly, the sweet, sweet dipping sauce will go along with the little individual morsels here. I've chosen this time to use the Vidalia brand Sweet Onion Blossom Sauce. They make a thing called Bang Bang Sauce. If you've seen that, you ever been to hibachi? Yum Yum Sauce. Yeah, that's exactly what it's called. But they do make a Bang Bang Sauce. Take Yum Yum Sauce, add some cayenne, Bang Bang. So now you get 2 sauces in one. But the
I
Sweet
love it.
Onion Blossom Sauce, excellent for dipping. You could probably use ranch, etc.
Ketchup,
Go
like a
in,
good old Southerner.
Get the final taste. It's like an onion blossom shrunken down. Final
I
result.
love it.
Excellent. Final result of the Super Bowl: Chiefs 31, Eagles 28. Thank you.
By the way,
I love it.
They were not good.
Those look delicious.
I left out like pretty much every seasoning on accident. Like there was no salt in there. There was no garlic powder. There was very little paprika. It was mostly flour dipped, and I faked it right there. Very well done. And then the next time I made them, I poured so much salt in that I forgot the onions were actually in the mixture, and the onions just absorbed every ounce of salt. And I fucking got like my kidney shut down for about 15 minutes. It was horrible. So I was like, I gotta fake this shit. So I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but yeah, it could be delicious.
You should have said this before we went live again.
I don't care. I explained why I didn't think it was delicious. I mean, a non-seasoned pearl onion with flour. I mean,
honestly, the pearl onion people of the world are like, that sell them are so excited that you did this because the only thing pearl onions are used for anymore are cocktail skewers,
I
So
know.
good job.
Thank you. You're welcome. That's D&W company. If you're looking to sponsor anybody, we will gladly take you on. How much we can get? $3 in your local grocer. Not a bad appetizer, actually. They were decent. They just weren't as good as I was hoping.
You said those onions, you were the frozen food section?
They are. Yeah, they're frozen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do make fresh, but they're not. I don't want to do all that.
Yeah, they make jarred too and stuff. Yeah.
Yes, that's the way I almost went with the jarred ones.
So Nate,
Yeah.
he's a super busy guy.
Oh, I
Talking about-
can see him at the bottom.
Talking about Mike Bauer of the Dynasty Rewind, friend of the Fantasy Show. He DM'd me. He's like, as soon as he saw you in your nice apron outfit, was like, you got to get me on the stream. Without further ado, Mike Bauer.
Tell him
how
to
you
come
doing?
on.
Well, Mr.
Wow.
How are we today?
Hang on. Time out. Hold the phone. Now, we were having such a great conversation with no Eagles fans on here. And listen, Jorge, this is what you go and do. You turn your green wall. You turn the green wall into Mike Bauer. What are we doing?
To wreck everyone's evening, and I hope I do it. Yes, I'm an Eagles fan. Yes, we are the biggest scumbags on the planet. No one likes us. We don't care. Grease the polls now. There's going to be another trade down.
I like it.
And it's going
like
to
it.
be at Nate Markham's expense. I am here for it. Like I tell everyone, Eagles fans have one collective brain cell. The cell travels with the team. We do not have access to it outside of football season.
That's amazing.
That is it. Yes. Hi. How is everybody today? Taking time out of my very busy podcast prep schedule to hang out with the Fantasy and Fans crew. Hope everybody is doing good. What's up, Titan? How you doing, my man? I see you up there.
I don't know if he's
really
with us.
His internet is legendary.
There he is.
He's like, I reckon there's a storm about 30 miles away. Ain't got internet. 15 minutes.
I don't think he actually sounds like that.
He does.
You'd be surprised.
He says reckon a lot, so I figured
He
that's
does
pretty much all I
reckon.
need to
He
say.
does reckon. Yeah.
Oh, that's a perfectly placed word in any sentence.
I don't disagree.
Exactly.
What are we doing here with Gator? Like, what's the deal here? What are we doing with Gator?
Gator is repping
Listen,
his
man.
Florida
Listen,
brand.
I chose. I think I was the only one on the panel tonight that chose the Eagles to win the game. So
Hello.
No, yeah.
Oh, you're a Saints
Courtney
fan.
did.
You don't count. I mean,
Wow.
Let's not forget, Gator is from Florida originally, and Florida is the Australia of the United States. I just want to go out there and say that it is a lawless wasteland.
we are
Lawless wasteland.
Look,
I
you
love
guys,
that.
the Eagles fans are welcome for AJ Brown. You're welcome.
Yes, thank you.
That came from
Yeah,
Ole
Hollywood,
Miss.
how you
That's
feeling
an Ole
about
Miss,
that?
That's an Ole Miss product. You're welcome.
Shit, I think
thank you.
Hollywood's saying thank you, or you're welcome.
I mean, look,
Hollywood's a Titans fan, so
the Titans did okay.
Oh, that's true.
They drafted.
They made a
Treylon
mistake.
Burks. You know, honestly, I think right now the biggest problem with the Titans organization is Mike Vrabel. And I love Mike Vrabel. I think he's a great coach. He's too stubborn. You have to be bendable. You have to be flexible to the players that are given to you. If the Titans front office says we want Malik Willis to be the guy, you have to coach him up. We have to be realistic here. When Nick Sirianni was hired as head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles before the 2021 season, he came in thinking Carson Wentz is my quarterback, recently signed a contract extension. Everything off the field went down. Now it's Jalen Hurts. He adapted and he evolved his scheme. The scheme he came with from Indianapolis showed Carson Wentz would have been a better quarterback. He worked with it. So if Vrabel wants to stick around, he's got to adapt to the players that the front office gives him and stop being so stubborn.
Have you
Hold
adapted
on.
to having Jalen Hurts as your quarterback? Because as bad as Jorge has been against Jalen Hurts, Michael Bauer only has public enemy number 1 and 1B, 1A, 1B, 1A Nate Gary, 1B Jalen Hurts. Explain yourself.
Here's the deal. I can't say anything. I have to hate for one more day because the Super Bowl's tomorrow. If I change things now, it's bad juju. I did put a tweet out if the Eagles win the Super Bowl, when the Eagles win the Super Bowl, I will issue a public apology to Jalen Hurts.
No, you won't.
Oh, I like it.
I will. And here's the thing. Either way, no matter what happens, I'm right. Or I win. If he gets better and my team gets better, I win. If he sucks, I was right. I win. So either way, this is a win-win situation for me.
You're partially a genius, and I hate you for that. I'm brilliant. It's pretty good.
Jenna would not believe you. Jenna wouldn't believe anybody else.
She's been in bed for an hour. Jenna's an old lady. Don't worry about her.
So I want to credit you, Mike, because you texted me last night the minute Expo tickets went on sale.
I was on that, man. On it.
I love it. And for those who are watching and paying attention, who want to go to the Fantasy Football Expo, get your tickets now. More importantly, get your tickets so that you can book your hotel now. Because hotel rooms are going out of style really quickly.
Come hang out at the DoubleTree with me since Nate and Jorge won't be there.
I don't know where Nate's staying. Nate may be at the DoubleTree. I'm at the Courtyard, so.
Yeah, Carrie's words were, we don't part from our crew. And so she usually wins the conversations.
Let's be real here. She wins every conversation that.
No shit.
Well, okay, we know this already because she's already upstairs with Patrick Mahomes and he's downstairs with Kelsey.
We've already made the happy wife, happy life call. That was Keith.
Look, if I'm Patrick Mahomes, I'd rather be with Carrie Markham than Brittany Mahomes. Did you see the thing where it shows Jackson Mahomes dancing, and then it said only one man could save us from watching this man dance?
Yeah.
And they showed Jalen, and that was the moment that I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm on board. If that's what it takes to stop this idiot from dancing all over the field, then go Jalen Hurts. I'll be your biggest fan for 3.5 hours. Okay. And I see we got a Cowboys fan in here. This was supposed to be your year. I was told several times by thousands of Cowboys.
Well,
this is
every year to a year. So.
Fire, Austin. Baptism under fire by Michael Bauer.
I don't know why you're getting upset. I'll gladly take Jalen Hurts from the Eagles if you'd like. You can have Dak. Dak's all yours.
We have one more game, so let's do that first.
All right. You don't believe in Gardner?
I like Gardner Minshew as a backup. Yeah. So he's a fine backup. He'll probably leave and get a better contract somewhere else. And we have Ian Book. So
yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks. Yeah, listen, Ian Book could be a Super Bowl champion at this time tomorrow night. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things for doing absolutely nothing.
God, would be awesome.
He didn't even dress for a game this year. Thank God. Wait, no, he did dress because Jalen Hurts missed 2 games. So he was the second string quarterback when Gardner started. Sorry, my bad.
Nothing good comes out of Notre Dame unless it's a tight end. So
That is true. That is true. Michael Mayer. And guys, by the way, if you're watching this, getting ready for your rookie drafts, Luke Musgrave is my tight end too right now, over Dalton Kincaid. So
I love Kincaid.
Yeah, Kincaid's good. I like Musgrave a little bit better though, a little bit more physical, disappears in coverage. So there you go. I had to drop some knowledge on here tonight.
Thank you.
Very nice.
So I wanted to come on and say, hope everybody enjoys the Super Bowl. Love the Fantasy and Frames crew. Nate, we are enemies until roughly this time tomorrow night.
Yep.
Sorry,
That's
buddy.
fair.
About an hour from now. So you get 25 hours of just being straight enemies.
That's fun.
There should be like a back and forth on Twitter, just the shit talking that's going on.
You know, I'm not the shit talker because I'm a karma.
You want the
guy.
karma on your side. That's
I
what
like
you want.
karma, and
I just don't have time or care enough to.
And that's
I'll just do it right now and then it's done. I'm not gonna lie.
You know, and like I said earlier, though, I don't. As much as I'm gonna say, you know, I fuck Philly. I don't feel that way. I have no problem. I really like so many of the players on the team that, as much as I'll be disappointed, I will get over it easier than like the loss to Tampa. That one stung a little bit more because I was kind of sick of some of the players. I respect Brady as much as anybody. Don't get me wrong, but you know that one hurts. Fair enough. I don't blame you. Fuck him.
Playoff Lenny. You didn't like playoff Lenny?
I didn't have a so I like their defense enough that it kind of offset a lot of the rest. I find myself being favorable to most teams except for like the Titans, who are just their fucking garbage.
He's frozen, and all of a sudden you say Titan, he's able to move again.
Who hates the Titans? Like for real?
Boy, Holly,
that's his AOL password, so it thinks it logs him back in like Alexa.
Yeah. I don't understand. Like, you know, a lot of Eagles fans randomly hate the Ravens for some reason, and I'm like, what did Lamar Jackson ever do to you personally? Like what? Why? Well, they're bro, you know, like Philly dudes
from
like,
the TO days.
All themselves
days.
And I'm like, dude, they're whatever. Who cares? They're they're in the AFC. Who cares? Unless we play them in the Super Bowl, I don't care.
All I want is to not be seen as petty as the 49ers fans have been for the last 2.5 weeks or whatever.
All right, listen. I didn't put this out on Twitter because I don't feel like responding to tweets all day, nor do I have the mental capacity to do so. I have never seen a saltier fan base than after the 49ers lost the NFC Championship game.
Jeez.
Guys, calm down. You were like, both of your quarterbacks got hurt. I don't know. Maybe you should have just dressed Jimmy Garoppolo. There's a thought. Who was smiling on the sidelines, laughing.
He was, wasn't he?
And then this one girl was like, oh, well, the Eagles cheated. I just asked her, like, can you just tell me how the Eagles cheated? Just out of curiosity, how did they cheat? And she just blocked me. So, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
that was a well-deserved block. Well-deserved block.
I don't know. You want to take the touchdown away from the DeMonta Smith drive? They only won by 20.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what to tell you. Okay? Oh, the Eagles have had the easiest path to the Super Bowl in history. Look, you can only beat the teams that you're given. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Like now 49ers fan, oh, they're scumbags. They were mean to a 49ers fan. There's a gentleman on here wearing a Cowboys jersey that I guarantee would never step foot in Lincoln Financial Field wearing that jersey. Am I correct, Austin?
I'd do it just for the shits and giggles, you know.
Gotta
try it.
Pray for your soul.
If you can survive.
Look, I don't know. You go into an opposing stadium, Philly fans get a bad rap. We don't care, honestly. The stadium wasn't built for you anyway. Just to be perfectly honest, that's how we view it. You don't belong here. This is our stadium.
Yep.
Watch it in your stadium.
You know, that's the one fucked up thing, Mike, that I find crazy. It's acceptable to the masses that Eagles fans treat opposing fans are like, well, that's the Eagles fans, just the way they are. But when Chiefs fans get pissy, they're like, what a bunch of redneck fucking bitches. They don't treat people nice. And I'm like, what a double standard. I was like, of course they don't, which is actually not true.
You just need to move the city of KC north.
I don't want to.
And then you wouldn't be redneck bitches.
You know, you got to think. Look, I've heard that Patriots fans are
Touche,
terrible
touche.
when you go to Foxborough. I've heard that
they are.
Raiders fans are terrible. Like,
Back in Oakland, they were horrible. I went to many games there, and it was rough. It was rough.
yeah,
My wife and I got engaged in the Black Hole in Oakland.
Oh.
Whoa,
The Chiefs game,
nice.
the last one there.
By the way,
Fucking
I do
guy.
want to say I did go to the Eagles Commanders game this year.
How was that game?
They
infiltrated. It
was like 80.
DC,
It was 80% Eagles fans. I will say this: the Washington football team, whatever the hell they're called,
Yeah.
they have their Lombardi trophies just out. Like there's a big open area in the one end of the end zone, and it's in like one of the walkways. It's not like it's in a case, but it's not like anywhere nice. Like if you go into Philly, it's by the store. They have like a beautiful case made up for it. I don't know. It's just weird. And then there's people standing there and they look all rusty and stuff. I don't get it. It's weird. So, but wanted to come on and say, love you guys. You guys are all awesome, except for you, Nate. Until tomorrow, go fuck yourself. Go Birds, bringing it home. We only go every 5 years.
Wow.
Jorge, thanks for sending me the link, man.
See you, buddy.
Bye-bye. Thanks for coming on.
Yep.
We'll
Great
talk
seeing you guys.
tomorrow. Don't
Have a
worry.
good night.
Have a good one.
I have a lot of text messages to make tomorrow. Man.
Jesus
Yeah, you
God
do.
Almighty, Nate.
So I
Why
just
are you
want to.
gaining so many enemies? What did you do tonight? And then
Because he's a Chiefs fan.
Jorge down here is just like, yeah, I'm going to throw Nate under the bus here. Let me text some people.
Exactly. Dear Coach Sirianni, Nate Markham is on here, and he said your wife is stupid. Will you please?
Which, by the way, I just want to point out that there's been a lot of shots taken at the Tennessee Titans, and Hollywood
Who?
has been very reserved so far this live stream, partially due to his internet not being as fast as the rest of us, but partially the fact that he's been very kind. And I don't know what to expect. I don't know whether Hollywood's going to be like waiting to just let everything out, or he's just letting it just roll off his back. Hollywood, where are you at right now?
I'm just sitting here chilling for the time being.
You don't have a drink? You don't have anything next to you to get you going, get you riled up?
If that
there's not
scares you, I can't help.
There's not a tall boy of Budweiser below you?
Well,
Oh, no, there
let's
was.
see.
I saw it. I saw it earlier.
I was going to say.
I've got tall boys over here, and then I have.
The
Devil's
Devil's
Cut.
Cut.
The Devil's Cut.
Ooh.
Nice.
There
That's
you
some
go.
tasty shit.
Yes, it is.
You
So,
got Eagle Rare 10-year.
Ooh.
It's decent. Not bad. I'm excited.
Drinking something from the Eagles the day before, huh?
Yeah, I like to taste their tears. So I combined a bunch of them together.
You should have dumped that into the. You should have dumped those Eagles tears into the batter for your bloomin' onion
Damn
pizzas.
it. That's
That's why
a
it's
good
10
idea.
years, though. It's been that long.
Yeah.
You can go like that.
Damn, fuck. That's great. I should put a Nick
Wowza.
Foles picture on there. Damn it. Everybody's so much quicker than I am. Fuck. Oh, well.
It's the new crew. What can I say?
I know.
Courtney, you want to
Youngsters.
play your Bloomin' Onion video?
Nope.
My
not Bloomin'
jalapeno
Onion.
peppers.
That's what I meant.
Yes.
Yep. That's
Dude,
what I
it's,
meant.
your Super Bowl punch is getting to you, Jorge. It's getting to you.
No shit.
It's been getting to me. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, let's watch my poppers so y'all can critique me and make fun of me a little bit more, and I'm cool with that. And then I got to go out because my kid is hangry. I got to go fix him some dinner.
All right, here we go.
Should have left some of them poppers around in the fridge.
Welcome to
pop 'em back
Tailgating
in.
Uh-oh.
Frames. My name's Courtney. You can find me on Twitter at LoveTractor3. But more importantly, you can find us at Fantasy in Frames on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, why don't you go ahead and subscribe to that little button right there so that you can get all your in-season, out-of-season, DFS, daily, Dynasty, anything you can imagine. Fantasy in Frames. Hit that button, find us, listen, like us. Hey, we're
Y'all are
here
welcome.
for you.
Yeah,
all
That is,
right? We're
that is a
here
great
for
company line
you.
right there. You just
All
said.
right, so
I
Tailgating
love
in
it.
Frames.
Fucking love it.
We're thinking about throwing together some food, some fun recipes, some yummy drinks.
Y'all like my earrings? They're
every
llamas.
week in season, and here at the Super Bowl
They are.
to teach you how to make something
They move
fun,
too.
but also talk about fantasy in the meantime, right? So it's going to be food, drink, fantasy. What more could you ask for, right? Let's get started. As you can see, I have my cream cheese that I mix with cheddar cheese, or you could use Colby Jack, or you could use pepper jack. I also put in garlic, salt, and pepper, and I mix it up.
Very precise.
Now, I typically like to use a spreadable cream cheese because it makes it a little bit easier. But
That's
if
smart.
you choose to
That's
do
good.
a block cream cheese, then you need to leave it out for about 15 minutes to room temperature. As you can see, I already have some peppers cut in half lengthwise and de-seeded. We also have our bacon. I know what you're thinking. That doesn't look like real bacon. Well, I eat turkey bacon, so that's what it is. And I cut it in half lengthwise as well because that is what I'm going to wrap around my jalapeno poppers when they're done. Let's make a few. Okay, so
figured
as
I'd
you
get a
can
lot
see,
more shit
I've
for
already
that
wrapped
turkey
up a
bacon,
few.
y'all.
I still have these
Bacon
to go.
doesn't have
We'll get in
fancy
there
cuts
in
on the
due
end like
time.
that.
Hey, those sweet babies are going in the air fryer. If
That's
you don't
'cause
have an
it's
air
turkey
fryer, I highly
bacon.
recommend you getting one. If you do have an air fryer, let's go ahead and put these babies down to about 12 minutes. Let's put
I
that
love how
temperature
her
down to
air fryer has
350
like
because that's where we want it at.
15 different
That would be
buttons
the
and
same
mine
if
has
you were in the
2.
oven.
It's like
Put the
on,
sheet at
off.
350. We are going to start. Enjoy, party people.
So fancy.
Final countdown. 3, 2, 1. It's so creamy. It's so cheesy. The crunch that's still left in the jalapeno, the spice, that bacon. Oh, I got to go in for another bite. Hey, let's get right back to talking about fantasy.
Courtney,
Okay.
the one thing that I would, the only thing that I would critique on is the actual shredded cheese. I love the Colby Jack here and there, but there's another one called Havarti. If you haven't had Havarti,
yeah?
Mm-hmm.
throw some of that in there as well. That just adds a little bit more. It doesn't have a bite, but it's creamy.
Look,
And-
Nate, you said that you burnt yourself or whatever. When I took the first bite on the first take, I burned the ever living shit out of the roof of my mouth, and I had to give it like an hour before I could do the take again because my mouth hurt so bad. I was like, it was horrible. I was like, well, note to self: don't eat it right out of the air fryer because it's like a little missile of melted cream cheese. Lord.
Well, I burnt myself, and then I decided 30 seconds later I'm just going to pop it into my fucking feed hole. Like it's not going to be a billion degrees.
I know. I did the same thing.
And I had to fake it like I was like, this is so fucking good. And Carrie, we're going to go ahead and go to urgent care because I got fucking third-degree burns.
Third-degree burns on the roof of my mouth.
Onions.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. We got to work on these videos. We'll get it eventually figured out. It's just going to be cold appetizers for Courtney and I. It's like, we have ice.
You can have a cucumber slice with a dip of hummus. You're welcome.
Right. Homemade pickles.
Suck on an ice cube. That's all I got. I can't talk because I burned my mouth.
Good news is, Austin, now you have all the you see the errors in our ways, and you're going to learn from that. You're going to be like, all right, when it's my turn, don't make burning hot lava food. Like, don't do Hot Pockets. Might be a good idea. You'd be like, wow, this is 1 billion degrees and frozen somehow.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to have my wife make the food in segments, and then I'll just stand in front of it after she'll
have her arms behind you and be like, looky here. Here, I'm putting this
exactly. I'll make sure her nails aren't painted that week.
Hey, you guys!
I'm
thank
so
y'all
glad
so much for coming on. I'm sure y'all are going to continue to do some shit talking, but I got to go. But I love you all, and thank you for inviting me into your family, and thank you for inviting me into your homes tonight, guys, out there. And just let's go. 28-24 Eagles, and let's see what we go for tomorrow.
Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and call DCFS for you not feeding your children on Tuesday. That address again real quick, Courtney?
Look, it's 1, and he's coming like 3 times, and he's like, I'm hungry, Mom, because my husband's working, and when he's on call, he can't get disturbed, and so I'm like, I gotta go.
Tell it to the judge. We'll see.
I know.
Courtney.
Thank you guys so much, and have a wonderful Super Bowl tomorrow, guys.
Bye.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you very much, Courtney.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
So, folks, seriously, when we do our pregame show this coming year in 2023, Tailgating in Frames, we're going to have these awesome recipes for you to cook up, getting ready for your weekly football matchups here. Let's talk about some food here. Hollywood, let's go to you. I know we've been poking shots here at the Titans here and there, but what is your favorite food to have on game day?
Wings, first off. I go to the
kind of
local grocery store, get some fresh cut wings, and do the buffalo wings. So
fried, baked, smoked,
grilled.
Okay.
Yeah. I usually do everything on the grill. We usually make a big hamburgers, hot dogs, bratwurst. Then I'll do the wings, and we got some kebabs going on for tomorrow, so that should be nice. So yeah.
Huh. You got burgers, wings, hot dogs, all for each week on game day?
No, for tomorrow for the Super Bowl.
No, I meant like what's your weekly rotation of food? Like, what do you normally?
Most of the time it's wings. Most of the time, yeah.
Dude, I gotta come down to Tennessee and hang out with you on game day. That sounds fun.
Hollywood, I got a question for you because I do wings on a regular as well. Do you go and get like the full wings and then chop the wings? You know, make drumlets and then winglets, and then actually cook them from that, or are you going and getting already pre-made, whether it be frozen or whether it be raw? How do you prep yours?
No, I'm going and getting the full thing and cutting them up myself. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's it. Yeah. We'll take that extra 15, 20 minutes to cut everything up. Yeah.
Save half the money and get twice as much food.
Yeah.
Too.
Toss them.
Yep.
Throw them on the smoker. Oh, well, you got to, especially if you're going to do like any kind of dry rub, you got to have a little sticky to them.
Yep.
So I have a question for y'all. So Old Bay is a big thing in the DMV where I'm from.
Yeah, it's a big thing everywhere.
Is it a big thing? Is it a big thing everywhere?
For seafood?
Yeah, I don't put it on my wings, but
you don't put Old Bay on your wings?
Fuck no, you lunatic!
No.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Y'all don't put A1 in your fucking beer? What? No. Actually, I can't say that because there's people like the.
You don't. No.
You know people who put A1 in their beer. First of all,
I don't know. I couldn't think of anything. I had to look around me to see what I had. It was like
you put mayonnaise in. You put mayonnaise in your coffee.
I've heard of people doing.
Will Levis does that.
Is that who that is? Will Levis?
Yes.
Okay. Because I've tried the butter, the bulletproof coffee with the butter, and that was during keto time, and that's. I couldn't do the mayo. That's fucked up, man. I'm dropping them down just because of that. That's weird.
So I want to try. I want to go and cut the wings. Throw a little bit of honey.
Okay.
Throw a little bit of mustard, just to add the extra flavors.
Mustard powder or like the actual mustard?
No, actual yellow. Or I like to use spicy brown mustard, but the only thing for the mustard is it's just to add a little bit more stick.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Or when you're doing your dry rubs or whatever like that. So then I throw it on the. I use a stick smoker. So I throw it on the smoker, let it cook. I want to get a little bit of crisp to them, and then I'll start saucing. So that you're getting both. You're getting that crisp, but I don't fry. So it's you're getting that crisp bite, but you're getting all the sauce. You're getting all the dry rub. You're getting all the, and basically the mustard, like Hollywood was saying, throwing mustard on. You don't even taste mustard on it at all.
Not at all.
It's just like KC does with the ribs. It's just to get the stick.
So I guess my next question would be the drum or the whatever it's called.
The winglet.
Yeah.
The winglet. Which let's go around the frames. Gator, let's start with you. Which one do you prefer?
Oh, I'm definitely give me a winglet.
Nate, what about you?
Man, I find myself gravitating towards the drum, but it's not so defined. It's like, man, I just think that the simplicity of the drum meat is just easier as a whole. I'm lazy.
Austin, what about you, buddy?
Yeah, I'm definitely drum as well. It's just a little bit easier to eat.
Hollywood.
Wow. Wing it.
Yeah.
I can devour
Yeah.
the wing.
I don't want to leave any meat on the bone.
Now,
Y'all are leaving so much meat on the
Hell
bone when
no.
you're getting the drummets.
Exactly.
Well, here's the one thing about the drum that I will say: if you get the quality drum, like if you go to, and there's differences. I've had plenty of drums where you get that first bite and there's too much of the fucking artery or whatever the shit's coming through and gristle, and you don't get hardly any meat except for that one little piece on the outside that's kind of, a little oblong, and that's it. And then I regret it and I go, damn, I wish I had, the winglets, especially if you guys, the trick that they show, right? Where you twist, take the one outer bone out, and then you push it straight down and it creates like that lollipop. Am I speaking?
No, I know the trick, but I guess it all depends on how it's cooked. If it's cooked right, you should be able to take a winglet, long ways, throw it in your mouth, and pull it out like a popsicle, and nothing stays on it. That's how it should be cooked.
Yeah,
but I agree with Nate. There is that trick where you push down on the winglet, where everything goes down to the bottom, and then you're able to just bite everything off the top of it right there.
And I think I'm probably referring more to the deep fried wings more so than any smoked and or baked, because the smoke does tend to give you that that pull off, that the trick you want to call it.
Right. Have y'all ever had? Do y'all have Bonchon wings or Bonchon restaurants near where you all are at, or no?
Is that like Korean or something?
It is Korean fried chicken wings. If you have not had the opportunity to, you can get them in garlic soy, or just soy garlic, or just
gochujang,
or just soy. But I forget what the other one is. It's either sweet or spicy, basically. Korean wings are fucking amazing. Like, you can literally eat everything, including the bone. It tastes that freaking good.
They have the sticky wings.
I don't know if I'm eating the bone, no matter how it's flavored.
You'd be surprised, man. You'd be surprised, Gator. I'm telling you, man.
Well, guys, I appreciate you guys having me on today, and it was a nice conversation. I'm sure those drinks look very good, and so did that onion. So hopefully you guys enjoy those for the next couple of days here.
Absolutely awesome. Austin, we really appreciate you joining us on the show today. Very happy that you're part of the Fantasy and Frames channel here. Can't wait to see the content you're producing. So, dude, enjoy the Super Bowl, man.
Yep, you too. I appreciate it. You guys have a good one.
Absolutely. Nice to meet you, buddy.
Nice to meet you.
And we're down to 4. What's going on, everybody?
Hollywood,
man.
All right, so Hollywood,
yes, sir,
is wings. Gator, are you get one? You get one treat, one snack, one food.
One food that I'm going to eat on a every Sunday, basically every NFL day.
We'll do that because Super Bowl is a unique one where you kind of break out that
break all the specials out.
Yeah, the 20th page on the Mama's Cookbook.
Yeah, so if I'm going to do like just a standard Sunday, we're going to watch ball. I'm not going to take the wings, although I love the wing part of it. It's what I do on a regular, but Hollywood already took wings. So I'm going to do it another Southern staple, and I'm going to go with
alligator.
See, why you gotta steal my thunder?
Was I right? Was I right?
No. But I'm gonna go with homemade hamburgers.
Oh, okay.
Where you're pressing your own patties.
Yeah.
So so when I do a hamburger, you can buy all these store-bought, whatever, Bubba Burgers, whatever.
Yeah,
I'll get a 5-pound, tube of hamburger.
Yeah.
And I'll open the thing up and I'll throw it in the bowl and I'll mix. It basically, my wife calls it a meatloaf.
Meatloaf. I was gonna say, yep.
I'll throw green peppers in it. I'll throw onions in it. I'll throw shredded cheese, a bunch of different spices. Of course, salt, pepper. A little steak sauce. I'll throw some Worcestershire. I'll throw some A1.
How many eggs?
Oh, at least 3. At
3.
Least.
That's exactly right.
Least.
That's right.
At least. And then the key is I don't use like the breadcrumbs you come from the store. I'll go and actually get bread.
Comes in the big ass bag. That's
nope.
Post it.
Regular bread.
Okay.
And I'll start shredding the bread. Hand shred the bread.
Smart.
With the the rind and everything, or the whatever the burn ends or the crust. Yeah. And I'll throw all of it in there and I'll mix. And then I throw it in the fridge for a good 2 hours. Just let it sit there and soak.
All right.
Before I make a single patty out of it.
Sweet.
How about that?
And I always use pepper jack cheese to top it.
Your style of your whatever I don't know the right word. How do you cook it? Are you smoking the burger? Are you grilling the burger? Are you
I'm probably going to grill the. I'm going to probably grill the burgers on those. I'll tell you something I did do was I actually smoked ribeye steaks for the first time about 2 years ago.
No shit.
And everybody said you couldn't you couldn't smoke a steak. Bullshit. You absolutely can.
Did you just crank like you went for the typical 225 for however long? At the last like 20 minutes, did you crank it up to like 500 to kind of get a sear? No, you didn't have to.
No. I don't have to. I didn't have to do that because it was so nice and more. I like my burgers at like a medium well-ish.
Yeah.
So they're not completely baked all the way through.
Sure.
Right? Because here's what I do is, and I do this, I learned this from, whether I'm watching videos or just from smoking meats in the past. When I take food off the grill, it's another 5 minutes before I touch it. I don't cut it open. I don't touch it. It sits on the platter. So it finishes cooking.
Right. That lets it soak back up with all the juices and it was coming out.
Correct.
Rest. Folks, when you let it I'm sorry to interrupt. When you're cooking meats, especially, you got to let them rest so they can soak up all the juices back up, get all that flavor back up that they were melting out of there.
Yeah, because everything, when you set it onto a plate, it's going to, it's still drawing out the juices onto that plate for that next 5 minutes or something. It's going to cook or so, it's going to cook itself a little bit more.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's also soaking the juices that it's sitting in.
Yep.
So, and those juices have flavor.
Yeah. So one little quick rule of thumb that I've always been taught is you rest 5 minutes per inch of thickness of the steak.
Okay, there you go.
Or if it's a large cut of meat, 10 minutes per pound. If you're doing like a full pound
brisket or something.
Yeah, not necessarily. It's a little bit less for the brisket because you don't want to let it rest for like an hour, but you can cut that in half. But you're right. The brisket type is that I've never actually done the full brisket. Despite smoke and everything else I have, that's my go-to. If we have what am I doing for Sundays? Multiple. I can't say I've done every Sunday, but I usually go and I usually get a few racks of ribs. And here they're St. Louis, so of course it's kind of the St. Louis pork ribs. And I used mustard base a lot for my dry rub, but I have a lot of dry rubs that I use that have not a ton of sugar in them. So they don't like caramelized. So occasionally I will add, there's a little thing called, if you've had it, Mike's Hot Honey. Have you heard of that?
No.
Look it up. Mike's Hot Honey is it's honey, but it's just it's got a little extra cayenne or spice kick to it. And I use that as the base for some of those ribs too. And you just I usually try to do 2 to 3 racks of ribs, which is extremely costly, by the way. I don't realize that until after I buy it and I go, what the fuck am I doing? I'm having,
There's 3 people coming to my house. I got a rack of ribs per person.
And guess who they are? I've talked about them before. So my stepdaughter Haley, her boyfriend, his buddies, all big Eagles fans, mind you, huge Eagles fans. I have Eagles footballs over there right now. I can see it. They've been coming over the entire year. They're the ones that have gotten into IDP and more fantasy as a result. They love our show and everything else. They came over. I was like, you know what? You guys always bring beer. Keep me nice and hydrated with shots and everything. Go buy some ribs. And Carrie goes, if you keep feeding them, they'll keep coming back. And not like positive, like, yeah. And I was like, shit, they come back every time. But we did. And so those ribs, man, I tell you, You get that great, and it's that 3-2-1 method for anybody looking.
Yes.
If you ever smoke ribs, it's an easy, most simplistic. There's other ways to do it, but essentially, it's you get your dry rub. I let the rest. Gator, go ahead. You had.
I was just going to say, if you're going to use a 3-2-1 method, do not use tinfoil. Use butcher paper.
Yes, correct.
That is very
exactly
smart.
right.
That is very smart.
Most people don't have butcher paper, so in a pinch, if you
Academy Sports has rolls of it.
Amazon has rolls of it.
So does Amazon, but it's literally right. It's readily available. People don't know that it's available.
Correct.
But you can just go get it. It's just called butcher paper. Go get it. Doesn't matter who makes it. It's butcher paper.
That's exactly right, and that is probably the most. The process is a tried and true. Like learn, and you screw up sometimes, but you never screw up. You never really screw up. It's kind of like the a bad blank is always a good one. Whatever insert the blank.
A good day at golf is better than a bad day at work.
Yes, exactly. So many
or a bad day at golf. A bad day at golf. Bad day at golf is better than a good day at work. That's how it is.
Correct. But yeah, so you boom. I'm a 200 to 220. And I have a pellet smoker, and so it's nice and easy. I set the temperature and I walk away, and I've got my dry rub. I usually let the dry rub set in also for about 45 minutes per side. And
really?
I get it out. If you have the ribs, if you're new to ribs, a lot of times when you get them, they'll have a membrane on the backside, which is the thin side, not meaty. Get your thumb under. You can get it off there. A lot of places sell it without the membrane already on because they know it's a pain in the ass to take off. But regardless, bam, you get that. I do both sides. Sometimes I do two sides different too. Sometimes I put a little bit more of a penetrating one on the meat part, and I use more just like a coarse salt on the bottom. So if you're not really eating the bottom, but just around the edges. And 2 hours, 3 hours, 2.5 hours there. Then guess that, bam, you got the 2 hours in with the butcher paper. And I put in with the butcher paper, and you tell me if you do the same thing. I actually will put 1 or 2 pads of butter in it with the butcher paper, and sometimes a little brown sugar if you don't have a ton of sugar already in your dry rub. So a little brown sugar and butter on there, wrap it up, 2 hours, take it out. That last hour, I crank it to about 350, 400 on my smoker and go for that last hour. Usually my smoker's a little hot, so I run it shorter than that. And then I let it rest for probably a good 30 minutes for the ribs.
For your brown sugar, do you go the light brown sugar or the dark brown sugar?
I got to tell you, I don't have a preference. I typically don't always do the brown sugar because a lot of the dry rubs, I don't want it to be extra sweet. Sometimes I like the flavor of the meat to come through, and the sweetness will take that apart. But if you're feeding kids and or people that you want to wow the very first time that don't eat ribs a ton, the sweeter usually the better. They want the super saucy ones, and I don't like saucy ribs myself. Maybe a little bit of a brush,
Right.
But that's
so. I guess
you're doing 3 racks of ribs. You do one that's super sweet or whatever for the kids. You just got to remember which one it is as you're wrapping and that's
So for those who don't know, Nate, what's the difference between the Kansas City barbecue versus St. Louis? Is it both? Are they both sweet, or is there a little difference?
No, they're basically they pretty much have the same. It's St. Louis and Kansas City. If you talk about barbecue, as far as the preference, is more of a dry rub over a sauce. It's definitely more dry rub. Now, don't get me wrong. Arthur Bryant's and every other place that does barbecue well around here have their own barbecue sauces because everybody still likes barbecue sauce. It's not like people are, I only want dry rub and I don't want a barbecue sauce. You got pulled pork, you got pulled chicken and everything else. But yeah, so it's.
Well, even if you have the ones that want the dry rub and no sauce on the ribs, they're probably still dipping.
Correct. Exactly. I like the sauce to be cooked that last hour process because the caramelization process is just a so much better depth of flavor and everything else. So
Matt Daddy Football here. So Matt Daddy not only does fantasy football, as you can see by his screen name, he does great WWF, WCW, pro wrestling content. He has a podcast out there. You can find him on Instagram and on Twitter, everywhere basically. Love his content. If you love all that stuff, plus fantasy football, check him out. Matt Daddy Fantasy Football right there. Thanks for joining us here on the Tailgating in Frames inaugural episode. So so here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Jumping back to burgers, Gator J, you mentioned that. I love cooking burgers on Sunday. Here's something that is very unpopular. I'm a big, when it comes to texture, I'm a crunchy fan. I love the crunch.
Mm-hmm.
And so something I'll put in my patties is actually French's dried onions.
Love it.
Love it.
Love it, by the way. One of my
I
favorite.
love that crunch.
It's a packet. You know what I'm talking about? Hollywood, have you seen that? It's great.
Yeah, I know what they are. I just had never thought of doing that, but yeah.
No, it's that and bratwurst for me, just hands down. And I like poking the bratwurst and letting them soak in beer overnight.
Yes,
whether it's Budweiser or whatever you have, whatever have you. Just
What else
they have
okay?
the what's up?
I said, what else would?
yeah. That's the only thing. That's the only thing you can soak them in, though. It's got to be Budweiser, and it's got to be it's got to be red Bud. It can't be like Bud Light. It's got to be red Bud.
No, it's got to be the
Yeah, it can't be that watered down piss shit. We ain't having that.
no.
I'm just saying.
No, you're
That
absolutely
was
right.
very
Like you have to have that. If you go to the store, folks, and you see the packaging that says beer brats, like don't buy that. Like still soak them in your beer if you like that. It's fantastic. But the French's the fried onions though in the burgers, love that. Throw in some spicy brown mustard like you were talking about for stuff earlier, Gator J.
You know what? I completely either wasn't listening properly or just went straight to it. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the fried onions like you would put on green bean casserole.
Yes,
that's right.
That I'm thinking. So I actually add the Lipton beef onion soup mix to my hamburger, and it is an excellent just depth of flavor. Really, really good. I think that the word was that word umami or whatever they want to say. It's good. I recommend trying it at least one time to see what you think. We did it, and we accidentally, I thought I had it in the pantry, and I opened it, added it to the first pound of hamburger, and once I opened it and started pouring, I immediately knew it wasn't the beefy onion one because it was white and green. It was the ranch kit one. Well, let me tell you, adding ranch kit to the burgers and cooking, and I do smash burgers. I have one of those, the Blackstones, the griddle, and so I'll do smash burgers. Not bad at all. That ranch kit is actually a nice little change.
Yeah, see, the problem with any of those things, and I have this, I live this on a regular. My wife is a phenomenal cook. However, she'll just get up one day, because I work on Sundays. Most Sundays I work, so she'll wake up on a Sunday and watch Food Network, and something will catch her eye, and then she'll be like, She'll go to the pantry. She'll go to the fridge, and she'll go, "Oh, I don't have that. I don't have that, but I got this, and I got this, and I got this." And all of a sudden, she makes a meal. And I walk in the door Sunday evening, and we'll sit down and eat. I'm like, "Damn, that's good." And she goes, "Yeah, you're never getting that again." I'm like, "What do you mean?" She goes, "I don't even know how I made it."
Yep.
Like, what are you talking about?
So let's go around the frames here. Are you a recipe follower down to like the Sunday, or are you an ad-libber?
Ad-lib. I ad-lib everything.
What about you, Nate?
Completely ad-lib. I wish, and I will say I regret it, but clearly not enough because I am, Jorge, you should be the most anti-ad-libber because you're a scientist, for crying out loud. The scientific fucking method says you don't fuck around. You know what works and you stick with it. And that is true. But
3 ounces, only 3 ounces.
Right? And I want to. You think, and you want to replicate that. And that's the only time it burns you is when you make that perfect chili and you go, what the fuck did I do? Did I use more cumin? Did I put chocolate in there? All these different things you can do and you never remember. But that's kind of one of the nice things too, is maybe I don't want the chili to taste the same thing every time. Maybe I like a different, this is a little spicier than before. This has a little more tomatoey paste. This has more whatever. Which, speaking of that, and tell me if you guys, I just learned this, 44 years old. Tomato paste. Typically, if I'm making like a homemade red sauce or I'm making spaghetti sauce or whatever it may be, I have my crushed tomatoes, my tomato sauce, and then I add the tomato paste to the pot and stir it in, whatever the case may be. Completely wrong, by the way. You should take a paint like a skillet or a flat iron almost, and add the tomato paste to the heat itself, separate from everything else, and let it actually cook on that hot surface before you ever add that to the actual sauce. It changes by 1,000 times. It is so much better.
What, because it thins it out, or
it does? It cooks that tomato paste and it releases so much more flavor before you add it to the sauce. And I don't know why. I don't understand. I'm sure there's a principle, like they call that Maillard effect when you do that with burgers and you get the browning and all that. But it does. Someone once said, no. Always cook it separate. Like whenever you're going to mix it in with a hamburger or whatever it is, just put it on the edge and just cook it and you'll start to smell it. And, occasionally turn it around and move it so you're not burning just one side. And it does. It is a deeper flavor. I don't know. I recommend trying it if you use it for a lot of recipes, at least one time, and see if it changes anything for you guys, like it did kind of for us. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm making it up in my head.
No, that's fantastic. Hollywood, hold on. Are you a ad-libber or are you a recipe by the book person?
Ad-libber.
Yeah.
Big ad-libber. Because I do, I do like the Chex Mix or Thanksgiving. We do the homemade Chex Mix, and I've got the box there, but it's a complete ad lib for me, and I do that with everything. And then a couple other points, like Fancy Jay was saying, my wife is an amazing cook, right? And she does the same thing. She will try something once by the recipe, then the next time she makes it, she's completely off the rails, and she's doing this and this and.
Yeah. Ooh, this sounds good. This sounds
What's
good.
the recipe? Because she just, that's how she does it. So yeah. And then one more thing. I don't know if y'all like the cheese dip, like the Rotel cheese dip.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I did not know that this was a thing. I did not know that they made this. So Rotel makes a fire roasted Rotel. Did not know they made that.
Yes.
I did not know that.
I know that either.
Dude, your internet lag is causing salivation right now.
We're moving into.
But he lags at like the perfect time.
It does, doesn't it?
It's like the Rotel. Oh.
We're like, I added that Hollywood to my chili the last time I made it. Again, veering from the recipe. It was solid. I don't know how much different it changed, but it does add, right? And that dip when you do it like that. Do you guys, when you make the Rotel dip, do you add sausage or hamburger, or do you just do the cheese Rotel and call it a day?
Actually, we do sausage.
Deer sausage.
My wife,
deer sausage.
She doesn't like she doesn't like hot stuff.
Deer sausage.
But that is a good idea. But she'll make a separate one and can make it kind of hot for me.
Yeah.
Because she'll get the hot sausage, right? The spicy hot sausage.
Yeah,
and
now we're talking.
Oh yeah.
Gator, are you a sausage
I
advocate of that?
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, that's the key.
Yes. Yeah. And so I've gotten to where I've started adding deer sausage to just about everything. Chili. Instead of adding the hamburger or whatnot, to my cheese dips, to everything, I've started to add a little bit of deer sausage here and there.
Oh, well, a bit of texture going on there. That's good.
Yeah, you get the texture, and it's a healthy texture, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
Like I was using my healthy vitamin D, calcium orange juice in these mixed drinks.
And then you went and screwed that up with the splash of
tons of vodka, which, by the way, look how much work I'm making on this picture right here.
You get to make a new one tomorrow.
I do get to make a new one.
I am too.
Thank you, sir.
I am too.
But you mentioned the Old Bays earlier.
What's wrong with Old Bay?
I didn't say there was anything. I said
I love Old
Bay. If you're a fisherman and you like the crappie fish.
The best fish, by the way, if you ask me.
So I found
Damn it!
God
You at
damn
the
it.
wrong time. Like
There it
Gator
is
Jay
again.
just mentioned.
It is just that timing.
It's
It's
like
like
clockwork.
AOL is like,
What?
yep, up, there it is. Gotcha.
Which, by the way, I don't know if enough of this. I don't know if the people
Whoa.
out there know what AOL is. But kudos to you for.
Nate and I know what it is.
I know what it is too. Kudos to everybody
I do too.
here who knows what that is. Okay, that's good. I
All
still
right,
have.
so
an
you
old
were saying
CD.
Hollywood. You cut out. We didn't hear what you said. You have crappie. Do you add Old Bay to the crappie, to the mix, to the reds?
Yeah. So if you
Fish
think-
seasoning. Say it again.
Yeah, so I always, put mine in flour and stuff, bread it, do it that way. Found it on Pinterest. Take you a 9x13 bacon dish, cut your crappie up in slabs however you want it, and take your Old Bay and just season up. I like it kind of heavy, so I season it real good and then put a pat of butter on each one of them and bake it in the oven for about 20 minutes. Man, I'm telling you, it tastes just like.
Like what? Oh no!
You damn tease. You damn tease. It tastes like
he's gonna be like, and it's like if you see. I can't believe I just showed my boob on TV. It's like, what the fuck is happening?
It tastes like shrimp scampi if you like that kind of stuff.
Who the fuck doesn't like shrimp scampi?
Shrimp
guess people
scampi is
allergic to
amazing.
shrimp.
What are you talking
Yeah.
about? If you like that type of stuff.
No, I said who
Some
doesn't
pe-
like shrimp
hey.
scampi?
Well, there are some weirdos out there. So
Yeah, I guess people allergic to shrimp don't like it, but fuck them.
You know what? They should just suck it up and take
Well,
the.
but
fucking
now they
EpiPen.
can. But
EpiPen.
now they can have it in fish
Yeah, and not die.
and not die.
Or
There
not
you-
spend $3,000 on an EpiPen, which is horse shit.
That too. I mean, or
not go down
just
that-
guzzle some Benadryl or whatever you need to do.
Ridiculous.
So it's funny. Unrelated, but you could totally make these cocktails on Sunday for your football games. I went out with my in-laws and we were there, and there were two drinks I made because I was following this guy on Instagram, following on YouTube, and of course I forget who the person is at this point. DM me and I'll get you that information. But he combined amaretto with Corona and said that it would taste like Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, I saw a video of that.
I saw that video.
Bullshit.
No, it's not bullshit.
Really?
I'll make it right now if you want me to.
Hey, but I can't taste it, so it doesn't matter to
Yeah,
me.
exactly.
You just have to go on my own.
Damn.
Exactly. No, but seriously, it works wonder. But the one that really tasted the best was the Ferrero Rocher mixed drink with peanut butter whiskey.
Oh yeah.
If you haven't had that yet, you have some heavy cream. You literally put like a bunch of Ferrero Rocher stuff in there. You put the whiskey, put some ice cubes in there, mix that sucker up. You literally have like a Starbucks drink that tastes fantastic, but it'll get you fucked up too. So it's kind of awesome.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It sounds like a Starbucks drink that you're going to get shit faced on.
Yes, and it's fantastic.
White girl wasted too.
White girl wasted.
I've been there before. I can't lie.
No, it's fantastic.
and we'll be there in August.
Yes,
So,
100%.
so Nate, right before you logged on, and Hollywood before you logged on, Gator literally on air booked,
On air.
Nice.
got his ticket, and now he's getting ready to book his hotel or whatever.
Awesome.
No, I'm just going to crash on Nate's floor.
That's cool.
Yeah, wherever Nate can. Yeah, hopefully Nate doesn't like sleep through the first hour or two of the expo.
It doesn't matter. I'll claim my name as Patrick Mahomes. I'll have a date. Nate won't be there.
Oh, it'll be last year was not my best work. I was late.
Last year was fun though. That was a good
late
year.
for the booth. Then I got asked to be part of the expert mock draft panel, and so I said, "Yeah, of course I'm going to jump up and draft with those guys." So there I am in front. We're doing the mock draft, and I'm already nervous because it's like, all right, don't do anything stupid. Make sure you have a good draft. You got all the, everybody around you is people that are much more well known than I am, but I was fine. I was going to wing it. And here I'm just rattling along. And then I look back and my phone's kind of blowing up and I see Jorge and I see Carrie and they're like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? You are hosting this panel in like 5 minutes. And I'm like, yeah, what? We'll be done here shortly. Nope. I didn't realize that expert mock was an hour and a half long panel. So I'm like in the middle and they're asking, we have like a round or two left to go. And I was like, well, so I had to mosey on down and tell Bob, I was like, hey, yeah, I'm hosting the one next door. So I'm going to have to bail on you. He's like, oh, okay. And so then I have to walk off the stage and I'm like, see you guys all later. And what the fuck is this guy doing? It was
who the hell does this guy Nate Markham think he is?
Yeah,
hosting his own panel next door.
Hosting his own panel. Just walk out of ours.
No, it's crazy. Like, and folks who are watching, like, if you have any reservations of going to the Fantasy Football Expo, don't have them. Don't have reservations. Go.
Have a reservation. You need to buy a ticket. So
you gotta get your tickets and then make your reservation for your hotel afterwards. But one of the great things is that the expo is being held at the NFL, at the Pro Football Hall of Fame, excuse me. It is going to be so amazing. I mean, we've been going since 2019. It's grown every year. Tickets just went on sale. Get your weekend pass. For the people who run draft night out, go get your draft night out tickets. Do your drafts for the season. Make some new friends. Go to all the parties. Go to the expo. One of the coolest things about it, Nate, and I think I'll speak for you here, is not last year because obviously I'd seen you the year before, but the very first year we had been recording for like a year and a half doing our podcast, and it wasn't until 2021 that I finally actually got to meet Nate like in person. Got to meet Carrie, his wife, in person, our brand ambassador. We got to meet all these other people in person that we just don't see on fantasy Twitter or whatever social media platform we're using. It is an amazing place. All the people that you probably have looked up to in the fantasy community attend here. All are super humble, super great. We'll have long conversations with you. Just they treat you like you're a human being, and you love fantasy football, and that's what they love too. And it's a great opportunity just to have some fun with people who enjoy fantasy football as much as you do. Which is just it's great. So if you haven't already, folks, go get your tickets, get your hotel room. I guarantee you will not regret going to Canton, Ohio, for the Fantasy Football Expo. Definitely, if you haven't already, go to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I want to say it is one of the best museums I've ever been to. It has been redone. It has been updated. It has been modernized. There are so many cool videos, cool movies, cool exhibits you could check out. And I know there are people out there who are like, I hate museums. I hate exhibits. They're all boring. I 100% promise you that is not this museum. I mean, there is literally like an Xbox station exhibit. Right? Where you can play Madden. Like they have everything you could possibly want. And plus on top of that, we got the expo. Bob Lung, if you're listening, watching, we love what you do there. It's gonna be all right. I'm reading our private chat. Nate, you gotta get going pretty soon.
Yeah, I need to get ready. I haven't done anything around the house, and we have 20 something people coming, but
he's got to kick Patrick Mahomes out of his house.
I do have to go take care of my business real quick.
Hollywood losing it. But Hollywood says 29, 26 Eagles. I love it.
29. How are you get to 29?
There's actually something odd happens.
That is true. There's a missed extra point. That Butker extra point I'm talking about.
Actually,
the Eagles would be 29. Never mind. 26.
I was going to say the game that was brought up earlier, was it Seattle-Denver game?
Yes.
Was it the first snap of the game was a safety?
It was a safety. Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
There you go. Pressure in this game is a bitch.
It is,
Right.
and pressure on the different form, but that's going to be the key. That's my key to the game is interior pressure of Chris Jones, Javon Hargrave. I think those two. I think whoever has a better game between those two players could very easily tilt the needle for their respective team, because that's going to be that, force Jalen Hurts to maybe get moving is not always the best of things, but that's how you have a better chance to get to him. So, but we have 24, in 24 hours, I'll know what's going to happen. I will chat with all of you guys tomorrow and everybody else, I'm sure. And if something bad happens with the Chiefs, I'm sure I'll hear about it, but I'm just excited for a good game, no matter what. I say that with 100% honesty. I'm just going to enjoy it. It's going to be a really good one. So, again, thank you guys for joining. Gator, really nice to actually have a chat with you. And I can't wait to do this again sometime. Hollywood, fucking suck dick.
We love the Shoot the Gap family. The Shoot the Gap.
I know it.
All right.
He's
all right, folks.
He knows that. I love you, man.
We're wrapping up right here, part 2. Thank you all for joining tonight. Enjoy the Super Bowl tomorrow. Hopefully you got something out of the food recipes and drink recipes. We'll catch you all later. Take care.
Absolutely. See you guys.